Hey guys, Steven here, and we're having a little bit of a different video than we normally do on this channel. What we're actually going to be doing is I'm going to be teaching you guys how to speak Spanish using the 1, 2, 3 method that I learned many years ago, and I'm deciding to pass this on to you guys. Now, I've tried to research this method or try to see if I can find it on my own, and I haven't been able to find it on the internet. If you're a better internet sleuth than me, that's fine. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put it out there and say, this is my own. This is a kind of a fantastic way to learn some of the Spanish language. Now, I'm not going to be able to teach you things like words or vocabulary or anything else like that. Just kind of a basic structure on how to actually formulate your sentences so you can actually be able to converse. Because it's one of the things that a lot of people really just want to know about is how to actually converse in the language. It's not necessarily like I want to know how to conjugate verbs and how to use the vernacular the best ways. So we're just going to kind of jump into the 1, 2, 3 method. Now, so pretty much if you guys want to do this at home, or if you guys want to do this at home, get a piece of paper or get a paint pulled up and divvy it up by this. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3. So you're going to kind of go into your things. You're going to set it up between 1, 2, and 3. So that's what you're going to be doing. And we're going to kind of talk about what each of these are in just a second. So the 1, 2, 3 method, before we kind of jump into it, kind of understand that English and Spanish sentence are not structured the same way. So for example, in English, it's correct to make a sentence about a subject liking an object, like I like this chair or I like this room. Now in Spanish, the sentences aren't structured that way. This never occurs. So a different construction is used regarding saying that. Now, in English, to say I like the room, in Spanish, how you would say it is the room is pleasing to me. Now, it seems like it's different, but honestly, it just boils down to the fact that it's the same idea, that my feelings with regard to this room are positive, right? So that's kind of how the Spanish and English language differ. And because of that, the sentence structure is a little bit different, because when people read stuff and look at a literal translation of it, they see that, hey, it's like me gusta, los libros, or me gusta el cuarto, so it's like I like the room, right? That's what it should see like, but it doesn't look like that. Like in actual translation, this room is pleasing to me. So this 1, 2, 3 method kind of helps divvy that up. So we've kind of defined, our first objective is to define the 1, 2, 3 method. So we kind of looking at this kind of sheet right here, and we see that the 1s are the subject of the sentences, 2 are the verb or action, and 3 are the direct objects. You guys can see that right here. So one of the things we need to do is we need to fill up the subject of our sentences. Now, I normally like write here, but my writing is like chicken scratch, so we're just going to use technology, and we're just going to, because technology is awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to find different objects of sentences. It's kind of the plan here. So one of the things that we talked about was I like. So let's make this text just a little bit bigger so you guys can be able to see that at home. So like me gusta. This means I like, right? All right, that's one thing. You guys might have seen this from the Taco Bell dog. Quiero is I want, right? And now, like in terms of other things like adding yo quiero or anything else like that, it's a lot of it is just simple, straightforward Spanish as much as you actually can do it. Can you add yo quiero? Absolutely. Am I adding like the flares and the stuff at the top? No, I'm just trying to make this quick and dirty. That way we can make a quick YouTube video and I can make money off of you watching this. At least I'm honest. So anyway, so we go to quiero, we see I want, like I need to, so that's necesito. That means I need, I have to, or I have to. We're going to kind of put that in parentheses to kind of explain that in just a second, which is, hold on, let's do this right. Tango K. I have to. Right? And then we're going to add another one, which is podrías, which is would you, right? So this is kind of a different, or an example of sections about our 1, the subject of our sentence. So these are all different ways that we can start the sentence. These are the object of the sentence, as you guys have seen here. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to start filling up the second column, the verb or action that are right here. So these are things like reading and dancing and eating and sleeping and stuff, right? So this is what we put in the verb or action type of stuff right here. Now, you've already set up sentences like me gusta, right? Like me gusta, like you like that's at the very basic level, stuff that you've already learned how to say, right? So we're gonna go to so we're gonna add some verbs or actions here, right? So let's add another box right over here. Boom. So to kind of keep it the same, which is different than my actual notes over here, but comer, which is to eat, right? I'm having dinner in like a few minutes. Like I'm trying to make this video before that happens. How about to dormir, which is to sleep? Hell yeah, I like some sleeping. What about what I don't want to do to work? What I don't want to do tomorrow, which is trabahar. It's to work. And then, like, for example, leer means to read. Now, there are so many more things that you can add in these particular things right here. Like, there are so many more things that you can add right here. But this is kind of the building blocks we're talking about, right? So me gusta comer, I like to eat. You guys can see based on the webcam that I like to eat. Quiero dormir, right? I want to sleep. I've already made some freaking sentences right here. Isn't that awesome? It's the most awesome thing in the world. We're having a great start right now. So now what we want to do is we want to create some items for the direct object, right? So this is the object of that our subject wants to interact or do something with, right? So these are things like nouns, persons, places, things exactly like that. So based on what we've written so far, or based on what we've done so far, what might appear right here, right? So me gusta comer. I mean, you can. I mean, if you want to do something like tacos or something, you absolutely possibly could. That's perfectly fine. Like if you know just individual Spanish words, it's perfectly awesome. But one of the things I want to talk about is maybe things that people don't necessarily know. But like conmigo or contigo, excuse me, that means with you, right? What else do we have? Here, or aquí, which is here. How about in el cuarto? Hold on. Cuarto, which is in the room. In la biblioteca, which is in the library. And that's going to be ugly as sin. I can't fix that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just going to make this small. Or I'm going to make this move down a little bit. That way it's whatever. So how many things we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. How about in the morning, which is another weird one. So in la manana. Manana is actually the word, but I can't put the ampersand here because I don't know the ASCII code off the top of my head. So don't judge me. All right. So now what we do here, based on what you've written down at home, like your sheet should kind of look like this, right? So pretty much to actually make a Spanish sentence in a very similar structure to how English does is we go the 1, 2, 3 method, right? So me gusta comer contigo, like it means I like to eat with you. Quiero dormir aquí, right? Like I want to sleep here. Like my chair's pretty comfy, right? Like we can, that's pretty awesome. Tengo que trabajar en la mañana, right? I have to work in the morning, right? Like, so literally in the 8 minutes that I've taken to actually create this video for you guys, we've actually started making some sentences. Podrías trabajar en la biblioteca, right? Would you please, or would you read, or excuse me, would you work in the library, right? So we've actually made some sentences here, which is amazing. Now, so literally there's so much that can be done to expand from this, right? So we can add things in the 1, 2, and 3 column. So different kind of subject of sentences. We've already talked about other objects of the sentence as well, because you guys can see here, like podrías is would you, podrío is would I. It's really not a really good start, but me gusta is I like, te gusta is you like, right? So that could be like a question or a statement or something else like that. We can also add things like por eso, which means therefore. That way you can actually go back and forth to the other sentences, right? So so me gusta comer contigo, right? So we go to the 1, we go to the 2. So me gusta comer contigo, which means I like to eat with you. Therefore, quiero comer contigo, right? I just made a freaking double sentence right there. Boom, and you can do it too. If you like the information or it was helpful to you, or if you learned how to speak more Spanish in the past 10 minutes than you have an entire year of Spanish in school, please click the like button. And if you want to see more, let me know. Thanks, guys. Quick and dirty!